Throw Gang, we are joined by He Got a Wonder Wall Under His Balls, Lauren Schlossman, and myself, the Four Eyes Pharaoh, James Harris. Welcome to the weekly Running the Boys, with today's full episode only available on
Patreon.com/throwingfits.
Before we get into our Instagram comments going off the rails, a banner week for scammers and grifters around the board, and the latest mall brand sex trafficking ring, because it's a weekly occurrence at this point.
Yeah.
Let's get into a fit check.
Yeah, you want to start us off, bud?
All right, upstairs, I was wearing 4S Designs mules. Thank God that Angelo's gotten back into the footwear game. Took a few seasons off, but glad that they're back. These are from his first run at it. Asics socks, which, contrary to Angelo Bache, being like, yo, Asics doesn't make socks, our boy Ryan heard that and threw some in the like a few care packages ago.
Yeah, they're really good socks.
I know. They're good for summer. They're kind of thin.
When it comes to a brand like Asics or NB, I don't abide by the same guidelines with the not mixing Nike and Adidas shoes and socks.
Okay.
So it's not like, oh, I need Asics socks for my Asics, but they're just good socks, generally speaking.
Yeah. I was going to wear them with some Asics, but I didn't want to look like too much of a raver because the pants are from a guy named Colin Meredith and his brand Colin Meredith Studios, which, remember we were talking about Gorp 2.0? I think this is another guy that's like squarely in that kind of like next evolution, next phase of what Gorp can be, where it's like, yes, it's very technically driven. They got the climber belt, it is like a performance swishy fabric. But the shit, like, I don't know what else to call it except it's just like tough ass Gorp, like his whole collection.
They're incredible. And when I
you.
saw them at first, I was like, this motherfucker, did he buy Kiko pants? Like,
They're Kiko-esque.
yeah, they are Kiko-esque for sure, dude.
He's up in British Columbia, I think Vancouver, doing fun little things. Pricing is not crazy.
So those pants are what?
I don't know, but nothing, like not Kiko prices.
Floating?
I know you love talking money. No, not floating.
Okay.
Oh, come on. I'm out here supporting small brands. I bought some shorts of his that I'm excited to wear when it's fully short season that are this like dark plum, not denim, but they're like 9-inch inseam to the knees. Like they're called the welder jeans.
Okay. But they're shorts.
They're shorts. They have like interesting curved pockets the same way these do. Not as like technical, but again, more on the hard end of the spectrum.
Horde gore.
Yeah, like your underballs. So shout out Colin Meredith. He did throw some freebies in the box.
Woo. Colin, what up, dog? I'm also available.
Yeah, you should buy some stuff from his brand. Actually, you would like the jacket.
I have never heard about it till you mentioned it to me, so I'm going to check it out.
He's part of this. Like again, I don't know if he himself does this, but I group him with these kind of like other small, like independent guys. A lot of them up in Canada. I'm trying to think who else. Like they put out 6 to 8 piece collections that are kind of like, again, like blending these subgenres into like their own thing.
Yeah, this is specifically denim, but shout out Henry's is also out of Canada and is doing like the really interesting, like it's not your grandpa's double knees. It's not your uncle's dungarees. He's like doing really interesting shit. That's just specifically denim, I believe, but I get what you're saying.
I put like Greg Jackson in this kind of like genre.
Excuse me, the famous Greg
Jackson.
Shout out Greg.
Putting out small collections that are kind of like, again, Gorp 2.0 for lack of a better phrase. Hopefully we come up with something better soon.
When I saw him at the MERS event, I was congratulating him on his Sabukaro. Is that what it is? No, I'm thinking of Samutaro, and this is...
It's Sabukaru.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay, so I said that right. He was like, yeah, dude, the Japanese audience is like, they're like fucking with him hard, dude.
Yeah, the same way that white rappers to America are cool black guys to Japan. They will. It is like
wait, what? White rappers to America,
bro. Being a white rap in America is the easiest. Path to upper middle class. Are you kidding me? Name a white rapper that's failed.
Hoodie Allen,
still going. Yellow Wolf, still going.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah,
still going in what regard?
These motherfuckers like cockroaches.
Yeah, they really are. You can't stop them out.
All right, the shirt is Colbo.
Nice.
The undershirt here. Again, store here in New York, but I do think that their inline brand is one of the best retailer inline brands right alongside Trebien.
Right alongside everywhere.
The shit they put out is just leveling up every single season.
For sure.
Even though it is small runs, but check it out when you can.
I wonder if we could approach them about a private sale.
That'd be sick.
I know. That'd be fucking lit, dude.
Yeah.
Just manifesting, throwing ideas out.
Yeah, maybe next time Delaney's spinning some fucking vinyl. Next time they're pulling up some natty juice.
Go down
next
there.
time they're mixing up some fucking espressos.
Yeah.
Some macchiato doppios. But yeah, the Colbo in-house shit is fire. I have a pair of pants of theirs I need to pick up from Wazine that has been sitting there for a few weeks because I've been pretty sick. The quarter zip is our Legace.
Nice.
Heard of it. The bomber jacket, Studio Nicholson, shout out Felix and the Mandem. Glasses are Garrett Light X Mark McNary that I stole from the BPMW showroom in 2009. I have pink eye, even though the only person to ever get pink eye without eating ass.
Yeah. A lot of this gets covered, I feel like, on Thursday.
It's true. It's true.
But you did the Jesse styling move. You went Bandon mode with the colors.
So
it looks great.
Next, or this week's guest is kind of a white whale of ours.
Yep.
Jesse Hudnut. Every time we say his name, we're exalting him.
We're nutting over Hudnut.
We're nutting over the Hudnut butt. We finally got him. And
Yeah.
I think it's like,
ladies and gentlemen,
it's a nice little palate cleanser after last week's Mia Khalifa episode where it's like fucking industry insider darts for 2 hours.
yeah, the whole stick to fashion crowd will be very satiated, assuming you didn't completely divest from the Throne Fits extended universe for whatever fucking terrible reason, so that you can continue to stay up at night so angry at the world.
All our new fans are gonna be like, stick to porn stars.
Yeah, right. They think we're fucking Adam 22 or some shit.
Stick to fucking.
Jesse's level of insight, if you care about clothing, if you care about the clothing industry, get your notepad ready.
Yeah.
Fucking gems, darts,
Brands,
bars,
retailers, buying, merchandising, all this shit.
Great pod.
And he's a good old friend and just had a great old time with him. But yeah, I literally borrowed his styling move of doing shirts on shirts on shirts.
How many shirts is too many shirts? Would you go 3?
4, I think.
Oh, you would do 3?
No, I would do 3.
What? I guess you could do what? Like a polo under that?
Oh, like collared?
Yeah,
like
that's what I mean. How
collars?
many? How many collars? Not
Ooh.
like a pleaser or an undershirt, but like another collar. Would you go 3 collars?
Yeah, I'd go 3 collars.
I would love to see how that looks. I'm not even
Stay
saying
tuned.
like, I'm not even like, oh, so he embarrasses himself. I think it could be like,
Stay tuned.
I feel like Bannon does like 4.
Well, I guess if you're wearing a jacket, that could count as 3, right?
Totally. Though the bomber is like collarless in terms of, I mean, there's a collar, but it's not like a shirt collar.
I have a sleeveless polo little number from Leisure Center.
Sleeveless. Oh, that's right. Your tennis polo.
Yeah.
The one thing that I do think that is important about if you're doing collars on collars on collars, maybe even on collars, is if all of the fabrics are different.
Yeah.
Like if you threw some denim in here somewhere, that could be fucking sweet, dude. Just a thought.
Like it. I like it.
Or like a polo again, like just like, you know what I'm doing with the jersey.
Philo fucking
No
donut
spoilers.
pillow, donut
Yeah.
scarf.
Yeah, the neck pillow.
Yeah. Bottega Veneta on the pinky, maiden name on the fingy. New bracelet.
Ooh.
My guy, Phil Panza.
Look at that guy.
I know, some fucking 1-of-1 custom silver from
Really?
Phil Panza. This guy, I'm sure you've seen his shit. He's a sculptor. And so he's taken his like sculptor training and applied it to jewelry. He takes custom orders, not expensive, not going to name the price and be gauche like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I think he got on people's radars first because he made these giant Yankee fitted chairs, kind of like beanbags.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
how is it a fitted? It's made out of fitteds?
It's not a fitted. No. It's just like a giant. It's like a chair poof beanbag type situation, but it's made to look like a Yankee with the brim.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Beanbag with the brim. It got picked up by a lot of mood boards.
I'm sure.
He's gotten a lot of like custom orders for like. We were joking. He's like, "Yo, they're great, but no one in New York has the space." So he's had to do a lot of like LA Dodgers ones for like
sure.
LA clients. But he does more than just fucking gimmicky like large poofs. His jewelry, his furniture is all gas. He's here in New York. Support your local artisans. And that's why I do because I'm a fucking hero.
Sure.
And yeah, I love this little. It's like I got this one a little chonkier than the standard ones that he's selling, so I had to pay a little upcharge. But
Doesn't seem. I mean, so he sells thinner ones normally.
yes, so this is like slightly chunkier, not too crazy, because otherwise it just wouldn't work as a bracelet if you went too fucking fat.
Yeah, is that going to be like an everyday wear for you? You think?
I don't know. It's like I was wearing it over the weekend mainly because I was just sick as fuck, sick as a dog, doing laundry on my capital shit. I don't know if it's an everyday wear. I can't wear jewels just around the crib like fucking Drake.
No, when I say everyday wear, I mean mean, like and not that I'm like bejeweled out. I got my watch and my 3 rings, as I state every week, but I always wear them out the house.
Right.
So it's like, is it going to like be in, your key and coin and wallet tray, and it's just directly going on the wrist the second you walk out the door?
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not that type of. I'm the type of dresser where it's like, if I remember, I'll throw it on, but it's not going to be like a
dresser with an A.
Yeah. No hard R. It's insulting.
It's offensive to real dresses.
Real dresses. No.
Is that the title? Real dresses.
Real dresses in the streets.
So stupid.
It is so stupid.
Sorry.
Shout out Phil Panza. I really like this, and he's doing really cool things. So follow his IG, look up his shit, and hit him up if you like want some fucking. Because I think that's where a lot of everybody loves. Okay, I feel like into like contemporary menswear landscape, there's like a few tiers, right? There's like the luxury shit. Mm-hmm. There's like the hype shit, where it's like. Both are very conspicuous, where it's like, how much I paid for this Prada little triangle.
For sure.
You know how much I paid for these like hyped sneakers or like mischief bred boots or whatever. Then there's kind of like the if you know level type stuff. Then a lot of stuff is kind of that like one-to-one custom made to order type shit. But I think that we're seeing this through like IG and just the flattening of everything. You're able to access and people are able to advertise their services in a way where it's kind of like much more accessible than before, where it's like anything custom, just because it's custom doesn't mean it's like super expensive, right?
Yeah.
Like grills, for example.
Sure.
You can get a fucking little 2-piece for not that much money from a lot of grillsmen that are out there, and you're not going to fucking break the bank on some crazy shit, but it's like, yeah, this is made just for you.
It's the bright side of the IG timeline brand, which is normally used as pejorative, but like whether it's Phil Panza, Kate Walls, Emily Dong Long to some degree, I feel like there's, again, it's like, what is the algo serving you, and how do you kind of like cook the books where you get that good shit put in front of you? But like, I guess what I'm saying is don't just discount a brand because it is served you. There's good shit on the menu.
Well, I think it's like there's IG brands that are like whatever, like just doing that aesthetic, and then there's kind of like, you can find like makers on IG. Artisans, creators, true. Makers, whatever, that are like they're like making cool shit, and you can just fucking DM them. It's like tattoo artists in a way.
Yeah, they're less brands and more like people.
Sure. And brands are people too.
Yeah, and we support people more than we support brands. But let's not forget that really good brands are people too and deserve respect.
And the underwear is Hanes Boxers.
That's on your Wonder Walls.
Yes. Which I'm wondering if Boxers, after our conversation with Jesse Hudnett, who got a custom pair of Charvet Boxers.
So sick. Spoiler alert.
Sorry to spoil the fit check. If that's like my next realm of like leveling my shit up. So it's not just, the Hanes boxers I bought off Amazon that are so worn through you can fucking see my ass crack through them now at this point. It's probably how I got pink eye, to be honest. If I should be leveling up my
pink eye was coming from inside the butthole. Your own ass. That would be damn, dude. You got caught up in your own. You touch up in yourself.
Smell my own shit. Sipping on Diet Pepsi and Greenpoint's finest. Lawrence, fit check.
I wore through my torched crushable Loewe loafers. I have on Manresa's socks. I'm wearing the TF3S big jeans. The belt is Mon Italy. The top is a Diodora Oasis bootleg. I watched Supersonic for like the 5th time over the weekend and just like, wow, dude, those are the biggest, the best, the greatest. Like I had to throw it on.
Do you ever, real quick with the belt, the dangle, do you ever get like, as you get skinnier and the dangle gets longer, do you ever get any like second thoughts about like, yo, this is mad phallic? I'm just letting my fucking fake dick hang.
There's 2 lengths for the Mon Italy dangles, and I have a black version where the dangle, even when I was fatter, it still was like
fat.
Approaching
not fat.
Thank you.
Meaning you're not fat now.
No, I got it. Thank you. That was sweet of you.
That's the best thing I've ever said to you.
It's so performatively long, and you can like do stuff where you can like wrap it around. You can wrap it over itself so it like dangles less. But like I literally never wear it. And when people ask for belt recommendations, I always recommend this like shorter one where like this dangle, just a little fucking. This is not bad. This is good.
It's still pretty fucking phallic, like.
No, for sure. But this to me is.
What I do is, can I just keep saying? What I do is I like to tuck it into the belt itself if it doesn't reach the second
right.
loop.
No, I think that it's a personal choice, but at a certain point, if you're wearing a mid-length coat and like you're still showing fucking belt.
Yeah.
That's a bit much. So I never wear that belt. I should fucking sell it.
Yeah.
I should sell it to a fatter man who could get more mileage out of it.
Yeah. Fat man.
Up top, shout out friend of the show, Cam, and his eponymous the launch of his eponymous brand, Hicks. I got the Cam Hicks fucking hat on.
Looks good.
Supporting the homies, bought that.
Are you going to buy his, what is he calling the socks?
Slouch socks.
Are you going to buy his slouch socks?
Yeah, I mean, I need
as an OG Mo.
Yeah, as a Mo. I need to re-up on the threadies because like I love them so much, and I know people well, I guess they're divisive, but a lot of people do hate them and use it as an opportunity to be very mean to me in various public forums. But
and privately.
And just personally. Yeah, I think his are gonna be great. I mean, him and Adrian Carter put me on. I mean, like, so it's like, why not pay it forward by going to the source. So when he puts his slouch socks up for sale, I would love to re-up with a couple freshies from Mr. Cam Hicks. So shout out Cam. Congrats on the launch. It seems like it's already kind of crushing.
Coming.
Yo, and the Reebok collab is coming out. Those look spicy.
Long time coming for Cam to launch his own brand. Because I think that was like the most obvious next step for a man with such superior fucking taste and class.
Yeah.
Like, bro, spread this monetize your shit.
And not to put words in his mouth, but it's like, why do you give the sauce to other people when like, if it's coming from you and I think Cam is like so unique in the way that he looks, which is why so many people want to fucking rip him off left and right, clients or otherwise. Fucking monetize your taste.
Yeah.
Take it from us.
What else were you wearing? The coat?
Oh, the coat.
Jacket?
The coat is an N07 leather. The sunglasses are thistles. Thank you, Jesse. Rolling on the wrist, wedding ring on the fingy, wifey on the pinky, chrome on the other hand, hydro flask full, Green Point's finest, and I'm wearing Supreme Hanes on my Wonder Walls.
Nice.
My Wonder Balls.
Nice. All right. Lawrence, how was your weekend?
It was good. I basically spent all of Saturday with my parents, which is always interesting. Which is
Jersey?
like
At the pool?
No, we had them over in Brooklyn, which is nice because like, and I mentioned this before, they're so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, just like walking around and just taking it all in, and I think it makes them proud.
Did you tell them you live in Clinton Hill or Bed-Stuy?
It's funny because they asked, and I was like, because my dad's like, "What neighborhood is this?" And I'm like, it's Clinton Hill.
Oh, I thought to white people you say you live in Bed-Stuy.
No, you keep getting it wrong.
No, to white people you say you live in Bed-Stuy, so you sound hard, and then to black people you say Clinton Hill, so it doesn't sound like you're gentrifying Bed-Stuy.
No, because I'm so cool. I guess I don't see myself as a gentrifier, so it's the exact reverse.
Okay,
where it's like I'm part of the community.
Yeah, part of the culture.
Yeah, dude. I'm just a real dresser.
Yeah.
But no, it was cool. But then it's like one of these things where like, shout out my parents again. Like I love them, and my brother and his boyfriend was there. But and they want to see the dog and catch up. But like,
do they like sleep over?
No, just for the day. And my dad's best friend, who like I call my uncle, he was with us. But like, there is a point where like, and this is maybe a me specific thing, but like I'm inviting my parents over just to then also at some point get lectured in my own home about
what?
I don't know. It's tax season. So
why the fuck are these movie posters in the living room?
No, my dad fucks with that. My dad and my uncle thought that was pretty cool. But the big thing,
sick Akira poster, bro.
Not Akira. Dude,
what is it?
It's The Devils and Sorcerer.
Okay.
And those are real movies with real people, not cartoons for babies.
About magic.
No, it's not about magic at all. If anything, the title is deceiving. Anyway, it's because it's tax season and shit. And like my dad is such a fiscally responsible guy. His big thing is like, have you ever talked to James about like having like a throwing fits like 401k set up? And I'm like, why are we having this conversation?
Hell no.
Yeah. I'm like, he doesn't even have healthcare, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I do.
This man, right, but like the shittiest.
Oh God.
I mean, Jen and I were on that healthcare before she went full time at Warby. So like, I was there with you in the fucking trenches of being like, I'm sick. Well, what can I do besides just die in my crib?
Well, how is it now to fucking be able to see a doctor? Because my weekend was spent just on this couch, just spitting into a spit cup, finishing Deadly's Catch because I finally was convinced to try and see a medical professional. Don't tell my Irish ancestors that I saw a doctor on St. Patrick's Day weekend. They would be so fucking ashamed of me.
That's not the Irish way?
Hell no, bro. Are you kidding me?
What is that? You rub a little mashed potato in your eye?
Yeah, you just eat some rock soup.
Stone stew.
Once again, foiled by the American healthcare system, where I was like trying to see an eye doctor. They were like, "Well, you need to do this, you need to do that." I was like, "Well, I can't because it's it's the weekend." So nothing of that happened. I went to urgent care.
It was that bad.
I was like, I need to get this
because I saw you on Friday, and everyone who sees that conversation on Wednesday and Thursday, you like were fucked up.
Yeah,
but you look good now.
Thank you. Well, it's like it got to the point where I had to manually open my eyes with my hands because they'd been crusted shut overnight. I've had this cough for like coming up on 3 weeks now. Finally went to urgent care on Saturday, went at noon. So I was like, all right, no one's going to be there because everyone's going to be at lunch, fucking enjoying the nice weather. It took me an hour and a half to finally see a doctor. And shout out the doctors because like they're actually like good people trying to do good things. They're just caught up in a whack system. In a way, doctors are kind of like fashion designers. Where they're
for the inside of your body.
They all have great intentions. They're just caught up in a fucked up system. Okay. Right? It took me an hour and a half. I was sitting in this room. They're like, okay, patient Harris, sit here. The doctor will be here shortly. The fucking motion detector light turned off 2 times.
You're just
where I was like waving to like turn the light back on because I'm just sitting there.
I'm not dead.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there on my phone.
Why don't you go over there and die? And when the light turns off, we'll know to send you to the coroner.
Here, have a Z-Pack. Whatever. On the mend, I hope. My eye I can, but that's why I'm wearing these fucking glasses. And I really miss wearing sunglasses. I feel like that's like the worst shit about having eye infection.
Yeah,
and it's not pink eye from eating ass because like I haven't eaten ass in a long time. It's I just have like everything that's wet is just infected. So like my lungs, my throat, my eyes, my sinuses, my bussy.
I was waiting for you to get to that.
Yeah. Everything.
Wait, so you can't wear contacts then, right? Like
no, for a minute, which is gonna suck.
If only you had some transition lenses. That's Jenna's move as a glasses wearer.
Love that.
Yeah,
I love to transition.
But even like it's funny you say that because like with the Mia pod, it was a rainy day and we're on the roof and I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna wear shades today. And then I look at the picture and I'm like, look at my ugly, beady, stupid face that I would love to be covered with shades right now.
Yeah.
Especially with someone as gorgeous as me. I'm like, oh my God, I look even fucking worse.
Yeah. Well, I think that maybe the physical ailment.
Oh, yeah.
I think stress definitely had something to do with like me deteriorating and my body breaking down. Not just like, because we have a very busy week last week and this week. This week's 3 pods plus a bunch of other shit.
Actually, more when you consider like the afters again. Like people fucking want to say that we have the easiest job in the world, but we, much like doctors, are professionals caught up in a whack system. You guys need your content and we want to provide it. You know, we are mental health care professionals.
And much like the Greenpoint Urgent Care Center, there's only one of us. One pod that matters.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the stress came from the post Mia Khalifa, call it fallout. I don't know like what it was. We have to address this. We have to address the nuclear fucking fallout of the Mia Khalifa podcast that was the Instagram comments under every single post on mainly IG. TikTok it's funny, like TikTok, the comments were more misogynistic.
Incels.
Coming
out the woodwork.
And Instagram was everyone getting political in the comments. Spewing their political beliefs, their opinions, etc. That was crazy. Yeah. That was fucking nuts.
Seeing hundreds of people argue with each other. Like, I understand that the initial comment that will start an argument thread is about our content, but like the fact that it just became a straight up public forum to have a political debate where
super constructive and nuanced, by the way,
which like you're not changing anyone's mind.
Well, that's not true. Actually, reading through the hundreds of comments, my mind was actually changed. So good job, everyone that left a comment.
Oh, yeah.
You mean one convert? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know.
I was the dude fucking smoking weed as like the two people are fighting in the foreground.
I guess I'm always on the side of like great engagement, good for the show. This shit is, reaching a new audience. The pod, which did crazy numbers, is charting even higher because of new listeners and how that metric matters. But like at a certain point, I don't want to say it's like entertaining for me, but I'm like, no one is here for us anymore. This is like a completely separate thing.
It's wild that, I've never felt compelled to, that's not true. I'm surprised at how many people felt compelled to like document their political beliefs. Again, in the what are you hoping to get yourself on the record? Are you hoping to drag someone down? Are you hoping to convert someone's beliefs or make a statement?
I'm gonna go drag down. I think it seems there's a lot of that.
But I finally understand because like anytime someone, generally across the board, anytime someone leaves like a negative comment, like you're fucking trash. I hate you. You're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
In these comments specifically, you're a Nazi, which was that's the first time I got called a Nazi, I think. I'll just like it and just like because to me it's like,
well, not a Nazi, but if someone's just like, yo, your fit's trash, you'll throw them the bone. I saw it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But you saw that?
No, I just know that because I'm always commenting on your fit pics and engaging with you because this is a symbiotic relationship here, buddy. But I see you basically like every comment.
Yeah.
On your own shit.
Again, you like
good or bad.
You gotta encourage the engagement.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, it's just like, my point is I never employ the mute button. I never employ the block button, except for like in rare instances of just like, you're fucking spamming me.
Yeah.
I can now understand why celebrities, employ the mute button or go comments off.
Comments off, dude, for real.
Because it's just like, this is not the time and place for it. Like, you're going to have a political discussion. Like, the Instagram comments is maybe not the most constructive place to do that.
Sure.
Or is that the only place where people actually like converse now? I don't know.
I couldn't tell you. My thing is that we don't have the luxury of like turning off comments. Like this
is what happens when you get rid of the church, bro. Whatever happened to community. The second thing is I can understand why, and I'm never going to necessarily do it myself. I've come close, but I can understand why you do get the rare celebrity clap back.
Ooh.
Which then becomes its own headline where it's like, somebody like Azalea Banks, like the GOAT at that. Mm-hmm. But like somebody leaves a somewhat innocuous comment or like bait, and then you come back, so the celebrity comes back or the poster comes back and just like tries to annihilate them either successfully, more often than not unsuccessfully. Yeah. I can finally empathize with like those actions, even though again, it's just like, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, all right, I'm just going to watch this happen over here.
Yeah. I was like you, like, again, like the meme of the guy fucking smoking the bong with the two chicks fighting each other. But yeah, for me, I was like, damn, like I definitely expected some level of this for sure. And also I think just for me personally, it's like, if people have said shit in the past that I don't agree with, like that's not a reason that, like, at least for me personally, I'm not going to book that person. Imagine people compiled the dossier about everything that was ever said in the history of our podcasting, all going back to 2016. Like, don't do that. So that's just how I feel in terms of like, and again, I thought the content spoke for itself. I thought it was an incredible pod, maybe my favorite of the year. We had some fucking bangers.
Full circle moment. Our first ever podcast was about buttholes.
Yes.
And now I have both eyes infected by my own asshole, apparently.
Yeah, that's called the circle of buttholes.
Yeah, the circle of ass.
Time is a flat butthole.
Time is a flat cheek.
Yeah.
Time is your ass. It's flat.
I do appreciate everyone that wanted to hit me up personally and have a constructive, moderate, normal, mature dialogue. I wish I could say that for everyone who hit me up personally. With that said, the big thing for me is like, if you're not going to engage with this content and you're not going to listen and you're just going to completely like just make a presumption about the person because of what you think you know about them, your opinion then to me doesn't matter because you're not even giving it a chance. You're just like completely, again, judging a book by its cover or maybe one or two pages that you're familiar with. Whereas I thought her story was so compelling. And again, like one of my favorite pods of the year. And if you don't listen, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry.
Well, that was my one ask in the Discord was, before like passing judgment, commenting, like, please listen to the episode. Because like, I think that whatever your preconceived notions of the person was before, because there was a lot of like people expressing their thoughts about Mia before we had her on. Yeah. And I was like, hey guys, like please just listen to it. Give it a chance first. And a lot of people were just like, okay, yeah, that was great. Yeah. To our Instagram commenters, I don't know if a lot of people listen to it. I don't know if a lot of people. And okay, the only comments that really kind of like irked me were the ones like, damn, Throwing Fits listeners are fucked. And it's like, yo, these are not Throwing Fits listeners. These are clearly people like click on their shit. They don't follow me. They don't follow you. They don't follow the pod. No, I don't know where they're coming from.
Well, this is the argument that some people were making where it's like, yo, TF, a tap in, TF is getting astroturfed. And it's like, I didn't know
what that term is.
Yeah, I mean, it's I think it's because these comment sections have become the court of public opinion, whether on X.com or Instagram.com, whatever. Like, this is a thing that is now like, I don't know if it's in the dictionary, but it's a term I'm familiar with because like you see it a lot.
What does it mean?
It's like basically it's supposed to look like an organic response, but it's like coordinated in, I think, not a loose way, and I don't know, like,
but not by bots. It's not bots.
I think bots can become part of an astroturfing campaign, but it's supposed to look like a public groundswell, but it's been kind of orchestrated to some degree.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Who's to say?
Well, shout out the nearly 1 million people that have liked and watched the Mia Khalifa intro on TikTok.
Yeah. Going crazy, bro. And my favorite is people either being like, and it's so funny to see, again, the divisiveness, no matter what you do. Half the people being like, she's not going to fuck you, bro. And the other people being like, oh, damn, dude, he deserves to get fucked for that because this motherfucker got bars.
Yeah.
They can't even agree on that.
It's the fuck binary. To fuck or not to be fucked.
Yeah. And my final point was I went into it definitely, and based on some stuff that had bubbled up in the cord, when you have on a woman who owns her sexuality in this day and age, you're gonna get some fucking real incel-y fucking, men's right activist bullshit. But how it exploded even beyond that was very, very surprising to me. I'm not gonna say troubling, because fucking it, you can express how you feel, right? I don't expect everyone to love every booking or love, us or whatever. But, I definitely didn't expect the tone to be so political. I expected it to be more about just straight up, just general misogyny.
Yeah, just hating women.
Yep.
It's just so funny that this is where people like say these things in the Instagram comments. I don't know. Live your life, whatever. Speaking of people that attract divisiveness and on the kind of like, especially around Jewish people, Kanye West.
Yeah.
Yo, this man cannot, and I know we're going to talk about Ye, and I know you're going to glaze his ass.
No.
This man cannot stop surrounding himself with the biggest grifters, the Barnum Bailey ass 7-ring circus, and you kind of forget about it until it always blows up, and you have this NoJulz, Dove Charney, Milo Yiannopoulos, whatever the fuck his name is.
Milo yank my pubis, dude.
Yeah,
whatever.
How does the Yeezy business, why does he keep hiring? I mean, how many bridges has the man burned where he's just hiring straight up documented grifters?
Nobody's left besides grifting yes men graduates of clown college.
Her name is literally NoJulz. She's a yes woman.
My funniest thing, yes. Yeah, that's crazy to me. I guess she's always had a history with Yeezy, and honestly, with NoJulz, what do you think of? I don't know if you've ever seen the sex tape.
Oh, I have.
I actually know a friend, this guy, more, not so much a friend of the show, more a friend of me. Definitely has he admitted to me that he beat off to that on a loop.
Oh.
Because I think it's only
a few seconds.
Nah, yeah, it's like a 30, it's like a Vine.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So it's that. And then the rumors always was the Pusha T LeBron line from Popeyes.
Oh.
Had that bitch a long time ago. But naked at the balcony at the Delano. Yeah. I mean Pharrell would know. Anyway.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
like
sure.
that Bron,
that Bron I had a long time ago.
I think she's disputed that, and I don't. But
so what? So what? She's fucked some rappers. Who cares?
For sure.
That's not the point.
And the fact that her pedigree is bookings and live events, and that's a huge part of the Ye economy now, because it's all these listening parties. I can kind of understand how she could bring value. I forgot though that Milo, whatever, was his chief of staff,
who's the biggest right wing or the biggest lightning rod in the kind of right wing MAGA world before getting just deplatformed off everything, but still has fucking bars as evidenced by the email where he fires NoJulz. The thing with NoJulz that I thought was interesting to me is that, and I didn't know she was doing this. I'm not really paying attention to the whole fucking Vultures rollout. I don't even like Carnival that much, and I'm surprised that that's the song that everyone's going with.
Go.
Yeah, that one. I guess her role was to engage with fan accounts and kind of fan any flames happening on high school, college campuses,
street team,
fan edits, street team type shit, where. And all the big stan accounts, whether IG, Twitter, everything.
Kanye News Daily.
There's literally, and I don't know if people know this, so apologies if this is kind of old news, but there are people at every record label where that is what they do.
They're the liaison.
They work hand in hand with the stan accounts to feed them news, get them involved. Anytime there's a fucking video or clip or anything, they get it. They're invited to the listening parties. They're on the payroll.
Wait, but that's, I think, the argument. Are they actually getting paid, or are they getting perked up?
Okay,
because I think that's
Sorry,
the argument.
I didn't
right?
mean payroll, meaning like making money.
Right.
They are just happy to be included, and I'm sure some of them
And they'll
turn
do
them
anything
into like real marketing jobs where it's like, look, I was able to fucking run this like 5 million person account. I was able to run this scam. But it's just so funny. Like I don't know if people know that the YesJulz role of like all the fan accounts are fake. They're fucking puppet mastered by like the artists themselves.
Yeah.
That's it. And like and now what it is in our world, how it kind of crosses over is all the mood boards.
Yeah.
Are paid by the labels where it's like, yo, play this fucking, this report on this as a trend, or like run all this Rolling Loud footage or whatever. Do this fucking, obviously this like 1 minute TikTok with like, whatever artist is like bubbling up right now. So I don't know. To me, it's just kind of like, it just punctures this bubble of like
everything is a scam.
Everything is just like top down, paid for. Salute the grift, respect all grift, but it's just like nothing is organic or real, because you always will have the YesJulzes of the world where she's a public facing person at this point.
Yeah,
but like
for sure,
every label, artist, management team is working with these like, so-called like organic movements or accounts or whatever in a way that is just so like it can make you so cynical.
Yeah, and I mean, Kanye at this point is just an independent artist, so like he has his like the fact that it's not even like a decision that's trickling down from the boardroom. Like he's just like, yeah, hire this fat ass white chick from Miami, plug her in, let her fucking handle all the Reddit accounts and shit like that. It's like, yeah, this is happening, and I know Kanye is independent and he's the biggest artist in the world to some degree, but like, yeah, this is happening everywhere. And I hate when I see it on do you follow Our Generation Music, that IG account?
Yes, no.
But it helps me. It helps me keep up with like any little thing that like any rapper or like rapper adjacent streamer does. But every so often, let's say 1 out of every 10 posts, it's like, is this guy the next up out of Atlanta? And it's like the most obvious garbage paid for clip. And I'm like, damn, dude.
Is this Offset's new favorite rapper?
You're telling me Our Generation Music isn't a journalist with integrity? This is terrible. This is ruining my day as a almost 37-year-old rap fan. Fan of the culture.
I saw I forgot the guy's name, but it's some like drill rapper is interviewed by one of the TikTok guys. Like, hey, where are you from? What do you do? And it's like, just a fucking drill rapper from the Bronx. And it's like, he's just like rapping. He's like, oh, can I hear you rap? Can I hear you spit? And he's like rapping, and the guy's like, wow, that was really good, man. Like, it's fucking wild.
I wonder how much you get paid to do something like that.
I mean, I'm sure you saw Charlie XCX reading out the memo from her label of like ways to go viral. Mm-hmm. And that's what inspired my...
Well, one was sex tape.
I know.
YesJulz mode.
Yeah. That's what inspired my Travis Kelce.
Damn, I hate to say this. I would absolutely watch a Charlie XCX sex tape.
Wow, well, Charlie XCX, come on the pod.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so...
one more point, because this is kind of the other side of, like, we're talking about how our comments are, like, a fucking mess because of the Mia pod, and, like, there is, like... And I was reading them, because, again, I can read them because they're really not about me. They're about a general piece of content or someone that we're hosting, so it's not, like, going to necessarily... hurt my feelings maybe as much as some bad actors wanted it to. But there are some like funny, like kind of interesting comments and bars in there. And with YesJulz, I didn't realize that within the fan account community, because of whatever pyramid Yeezy coin scheme that she was trying to like cook up on the side, which is hilarious. Like paying a Reddit moderator in like a digital Yeezy asset is hilarious. But just the fact that there was part of the community that disliked her, they called her NoJulz. And I'm just like, sometimes the best diss is the most obvious, easiest one. And I was just laughing at like her just being known as NoJulz.
Yeah. Don't run those jewels.
No, walk them back if anything.
The crypto portion of that. And then also like, and then the shit where like the Baby Keem fan account, like he's dealing with Ye.
Well, Ye needs to get off Instagram.
Well, so it's like, don't play with me. It's like, Bro, what are you gonna? What could Ye do?
You're talking to,
Sue you?
he
I
just
don't know.
the fact that he's talking to a Stan account for Baby Keem that's run by the label or whatever,
know.
and then is trying to thinks he's booking Keem for like a studio sesh is really fucking
Like
funny.
giving me music and shit.
But yeah, Kanye DMing like all these, like everyone's leaking the Kanye DMs, whether it's like Kai Cenat being like these pants don't fit and him being like, you're a pawn in the machine. And he's like, the pants are just too big, dude. Like,
So is it thinking that Adidas paid Kai Cenat to be like, yo, make fun of these pants
Maybe.
to your
or
audience?
I think that's what Kanye, the Kanye persecution complex is like, he thinks that's how it's
Yo,
manifesting.
we need Kanye to get on this Boeing shit, bro.
I mean,
We need Kanye to solve the whistleblower murder for real.
what do you mean solve it? He was just murdered. Like,
No, we need Ye to Ye to Michael Clayton this.
well, who's responsible is Boeing
Right, but we need Kanye to like
to bring it to light.
to get into Boeing's DMs and be like, yo, don't play with me and John Baffert or whatever.
Don't play with John Baffert, bro. What was even his job at Boeing?
He
Is
was
he
like
the
an
engineer?
He was like an engineer QA guy. He had to like, yeah, it was bad.
A doorsman.
This is the one. This
He
is
was
the,
a doorman at
this is the
Boeing.
one. This is the one. Yeah.
Yeah. Doorman.
Shows up dressed like that fucking Uncle Paul or Paul's Casablanca guy.
Fabrizio.
I'm here for the doors. Okay. Speaking of grifters, the New York Times put out I don't know what you want to call this. Hit piece on a fella that we've are boys with and have worked with before. Our guy Ash.
Yeah. Dude.
This felt like a stretch. Felt like a stretch to me. I'm sure everyone's read it. It was being passed around in the court. It was the fucking whatever, like New York Times, trend style piece of the week. The real bozos in this are the fucking people, and the writer alludes to this where it's like the victims, so-called victims, kind of like never really, they hesitated in coming forward because it's like, yeah, because you fucked up. You deserve to get.
You didn't
your
sign a
money
single
taken from you.
contract.
You were like, oh,
Cutting checks.
I can give you $500,000 to $200,000. You'll 10x my investment in 2 weeks because you gave me, or 2 years because you gave me this, like, you flattered me on text. Done. Take my money. Oh, I don't need to sign any paperwork. I don't need to see anything or review anything or do my due diligence. This to me was just like, yo, people with money can easily be separated from their money by if you have like the right like charm and wit and kind of like false dreams.
Yeah. Yo, let me hold something real quick. I got you.
Yo, by the way, if anyone wants to invest in throwing fits, bro, I like you. I see the energy. I fuck with the vision. I fuck with you.
Yeah.
Just let me hold that real quick and like, don't worry. Come back in like 5 years and like maybe the $200,000 you give us. Yeah, we'll do something. We'll do something good with that.
What people don't understand is that Throwing Fits is not just the only podcast that matters. It's actually a fund on behalf of a very John's enthusiastic family in Paris. And basically, what we do is like we'll take money and we invest it on their behalf into cut and sew, into amazing fucking audio and visual content. And yo, honestly, it's like for as little as 5 G's, you could get in on the ground floor of the number one global men's fashion and lifestyle podcast.
Boeing has actually invested quite a bit of money. To make sure that we dispel any rumors around them murdering a guy.
Yeah, their investment was so big it blew the doors off this whole thing.
Absolutely. Nice. So yeah, if you want to hit us on throwingfitspod@gmail.com.
Here's what's fucked up about the article. And shout out fucking Ash and all the time that he's extended hospitality to the goddamn motherfucking boys, letting us host a fashion week party at Jeans, comped meals, whatever. My thing is this. I understand if the focus of the article is a hit piece in terms of this guy has grifted his way upwards or whatever grifting upwards. Honestly, not a bad podcast title.
Nice.
The personal attacks on behalf of some of his newly minted enemies to me was like, why is him smelling bad or his apartment being dirty with like details of like French fries stuck to the floor?
He just like me for real, bro.
Being called a slob. What does that have to do with him and his financial practices?
I don't know. And these people that are remarking on those details, it's like, were the signs not there that this guy wasn't a fucking like hedge fund manager or like successful restaurateur? Also, bro, he just like me for real. Stripper ads on the flow, French fries. Fucking AC that doesn't work. Yeah, come on. This guy's
or like who he was in college. It's like, I understand they're trying to paint a picture of an enigmatic individual who a lot of people are taking umbrage with, but it's like, what dude in college isn't like, yo, I'm going to level with you. The most important thing to me is getting pussy.
Yeah.
And it's not working out. That's every single dude of all time. Why is that in the article?
I don't know. It felt like a bit. Yeah, it really, to me, it was just like, oh, here's a list of idiots that handed this guy money, you know, carte blanche, including fucking Oatly.
That's the craziest finesse. That made me like him even more.
Yo,
fuck Oatly.
The respect levels I had for Ash like only went through the roof. I'm like, damn, this guy finessed these feeds out of a fucking these seed oil monsters out of a quarter mil. Come on.
Damn.
I need Ash on my team.
I don't think we've ever done a deal for $250,000.
No, not even fucking close. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, exactly. So like, what the fuck, man? Yo, Ash should be our head of biz dev, dude.
I know. The real question on how this applies to us is when the New York Times hit piece on us eventually comes out.
Please do not even remotely manifest
and now
that. After I said that, we've said terrible things for nearly 10 years.
I know, by the way, when I said that a few weeks ago, you're like, yo, don't say that. Like someone's going to do that.
Say what?
I said, like, if somebody wanted to put together a little compilation of us saying terrible shit, they could, and probably will now at this point.
Fuck. Don't, please.
If and when the New York Times hit piece comes out about us, and say what you will, they can't say that we smell bad or have, like, mess. Well, I don't know about your apartment. I haven't been there in years.
No, my shit is too clean.
Yeah, but
fuck, I haven't been there in years.
I have not been to your apartment in years.
I don't think you've been this year, but you were there last year at some point, I'm sure, working on something. Maybe before Pepper died. Honestly, it actually makes me feel bad. Like as a friend, like I always am like, I'm blame Jenna, but yeah, dude, I don't really host you ever. But no, my shit is clean.
My wife.
My shit is clean as my apartment, my house, my home.
Even your little man cave?
Clean as because of her big Valentine's Day present. She got it all in order for me.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it's in clean. It's been clean. It is clean in spite of me, but.
You're just fucking polishing your movie poster once a week.
I use a Swiffer. Thank you.
Nice. Where was I? Oh, so when the New York Times hit piece comes out about us, and whatever fucking details you want to say, where, you know, Larry has a fucking penis belt, Jimmy's fucking woke, whatever. Jimmy eats at all the coolest restaurants.
Imagine the hit pieces. Yo, Jimmy is that throwing fits is too woke. That's it.
Yo, Jimmy swag too tough.
He smoked too hard, or whatever it is.
The question is,
yes,
what route you gonna take? What you gonna do when the New York Times piece comes for you?
What are the options?
Are you going to? Here are the options.
Okay.
You fucking go incognito, silent, delete, go private on all socials, clam up, don't do shit. You fucking go hide it. You go to your parents' place, hide out for like 6 months, abscond, wait till the fucking heat is off you, lay low on the lam type shit. Or you fucking double down and you get real meticulous and you're like, yo, here's where, fuck you, fuck this guy. Here's what this guy's wrong. I got receipts. I got screenshots. I get litigious in this motherfucker.
So it's kind of like somewhere between how Trump and Portnoy handle criticism. Because they like Trump.
Yeah. Versus, it's what they do. Yes. Versus like when motherfuckers are getting canceled and they would just like go offline for 6 months, then come back and be like, done a lot of thinking, done a lot of reading, sat my white ass down.
Notes app apology.
Gonna do better. Here's a link where you can donate to this for the next 3 months, and then I'm gonna just keep all the money for myself.
I mean, I feel like if we were in this position, like we'd have a nice little groundswell of support from the best friends behind the paywall and maybe some others. So I think I don't know if I'm the kind of like receipts, because that is always, to me, the lady doth protest too much. Now, it depends on what the accusations are. So I can also, as much as this pod isn't the biggest fan of El Presidente, our former employer, the shit that like he was being accused of, I understand that you got to fucking get out there and protect yourself with receipts. I think I would probably go the Trump route. You know, I would again, engage the base and fucking double, triple, quadruple down and own it, depending on, again, what are the criticisms exactly that I'm owning in this hypothetical scenario.
Sure.
If it's just like, yo, this guy is a bad guy.
Well, what if the criticisms are like, yo, they're using Dressa as a stand-in for the N-word or something, you know?
Why do you got to be so explicit with the
Just rewind the tapes 20 minutes ago.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was 20 minutes ago.
It was just like a light little bit.
I would abscond, bro. Are you kidding me? I would take that fucking...
Really?
I would take the chance to just fucking go chill.
Well, that's what you just want to do anyway.
Well, it's like...
It's the release me mentality that we've kind of always had partly.
I'm not going to lie. We occupy this weird space of like... I have some anxiety about like going out. Like I had anxiety about not being able to wear sunglasses walking around this weekend running errands, and because normally that's like my armor.
Yeah.
So instead, I was wearing my Moonburger hat, shout out Moonburger, pulled real low over the glasses. Yeah, on my Leo shit, and I finally get it's armor. Where I wouldn't mind the fucking opportunity to just fucking go chill for 3 months. And like, obviously, the revenue is gonna fucking slow to a trickle. I know that our boys will and our base will always have our backs, and that the Patreon might take a fucking huge hit, but whatever. We had to put some projects on hold. We probably lose out on some deals a la Mia.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. I mean,
we've left $200 on the table for standing up for what we believe in.
Why not just like, and then you come back re-energized.
Yeah.
You use that as a chance to maybe like kind of not rebrand, but like, you know, tinker with like under the hood a little bit. Versus like, I think doubling down is a lot of work. And also like you're kind of building the plane as you're flying it.
Yeah, true. Right. You don't know how or where you're going to land it.
Yeah. Also like, I think that
Boeing style,
if you're not, you got to Boeing that shit. If you're not well-versed in, Portnoying it up.
Yeah.
You never know, bro.
You do never know.
You do have to be super meticulous, and you do have to have all the fucking your points in order. You can't backtrack. You can't throw yourself for a loop. You got to be like a fucking bulldozer, but going straight.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to do that.
That's fair. And the only anecdotal evidence, that we have in terms of like the absconding strategy, which isn't like, I don't even think an admission of guilt, is like a friend of ours during peak cancel culture. I'm not going to get into details because it's not my business, but it was unjust and it was completely subjective. And he took the opportunity to like leave and go away and kind of like reset.
And we're in a group chat with him talking about the Ash article.
No.
Okay.
So, damn, how many friends of ours have been canceled?
Oh,
I'm thinking of someone. I'm thinking of someone totally different. But that idea of like going away and resetting and being like, okay, how do I want to come back and present myself moving forward, knowing that whether it's a cultural moment or even me specifically, there is this fucking magnifying glass on every single thing that I do, and figuring out what that, to use your point, what your armor could be when you come back bigger, stronger, and ready to fight off the hordes of brainless fucking morons that think that commenting on an Instagram post is going to affect anything even remotely.
I need bigger sunglasses.
Yeah, right. Just get bigger shades.
Waz, send more Dita.
Yeah. Hopefully we never have to actually fucking gamify and play this out for real.
I know.
What would you do? What happens if one of us only gets canceled?
I don't know. I think that
you're like, fuck that guy. Get him out of here.
I've never potted with this guy. I've never seen this guy in my life.
I don't even know him, dude.
Who's this honky?
Who's this cracker?
He said, what about dresses?
Stop.
What do you say? You can't use a joke and then walk away from it like 30 minutes later.
Yeah. Not even.
Ask your boy Shane Gilly, bro.
Woo.
Yo, you know what's funny is who are your comedian goats?
All time?
Yeah. Shane,
George Carlin, Louis, Chappelle, before he was this version of Chappelle, and then open slot for Pryor.
Oh, okay. So I thought it was gonna be all whites.
No, I said Chappelle. What are you talking about?
Well, now he's white.
Jesus Christ!
Well,
dude.
I thought it was gonna be Louis and Shane Gilly and
I think
George Carlin.
I mean Carlin is amazing, and I feel like if anything is like prototypical. Like, is the prototype for like a lot of stuff you see today with guys like Louis or even Shane to some degree. Yeah, talking about society in a way that the whole audience can fucking maybe actually walk away with a kernel of truth.
Oh, speaking of which, I tried to watch Poor Things over the weekend. Bad movie.
Really?
Bad
You didn't
movie.
like Ruffalo? I thought Ruffalo's... Really?
Whatever.
Did he finish?
Fun. No, I've stopped at 25 minutes left.
Wow.
I was like, this is getting nothing out of this. Anyway, like, lady makes us look at society, makes us relook at society. Wow, what a fucking concept!
Who's a fucking men's rights activist now, bro?
It was R-rated Wes Anderson.
I don't think Wes Anderson goes like crazy, like steampunk with it.
In terms of like the set pieces, like, this is so fucking whatever, bro. Anyway, continuing
stick to Sicario, so we can just talk about shit that we like.
I know
that we both like and we could agree on.
Sicario and the Accountant. Acoustic Sicario.
I mean, I think, which is, I did think was a funny Letterboxd review, one of your few, the proud, but
autistic,
but he is, it is acoustic representation.
Yeah. Matters.
You know?
Okay. Scammer week rolls on with Loro Piana.
Yeah.
this article came out in Bloomberg, but it's paywalled, so I have the fashionista synopsis blurb
the dossier
right here. Loro Piana, everyone's favorite fucking rich guy hat company, sells a vicuña sweater for about $9,000. Let's see. The indigenous community of Lucanias receives about $280 for an equivalent amount of fiber.
Wow.
So you're buying a sweater for $9,000. About $8,720 goes towards whatever margin to Loro Piana.
Well, to LVMH.
To LVMH. Some farmers are left unpaid for their labor. Vicuñas are camelids found in the southern Andes that produce the most expensive wool. And although Loro Piana has been the Lucana's sole customer since 1994, and I have to imagine that they have tailored that agreement so that they're the exclusive customer of this wool from this one town. The village of 2,700 people still largely experiences poverty. A 2018 study, so 6 years ago, found that 80% of those living in the town said they haven't benefited from the community's participation in the trade with Loro Piana.
Shocker!
Wow, so you're telling me the rich assholes got rich by being assholes? That's crazy to me.
It's funny that Loro Piana makes clothing for rich assholes, and they're so good at that because they are rich assholes themselves.
I know. See, this
know thy customer.
This is what always rubbed me the wrong way about quiet luxury. It's like not about like if you're rich and you have the means to spend $9,000 on a sweater.
Who? That's crazy.
Fine, whatever. It's more the people that became followers of this trend and thus like propagated the trend itself.
The acolytes.
Where you are aspiring to dress like a rich asshole, right? Like you are trying to signal to the world that you're a rich asshole by dressing like a rich asshole. I'm sorry, it's circular, but it's like it makes sense.
No. That's exactly what it is.
Like
did you not? You've always thought this, right? To be clear.
Well, I think
like this article didn't like make me go, wait, oh my god!
I mean, the numbers are pretty. Absurd. Like I never knew that a Loro Piana sweater cost $9,000.
Yeah, honestly, that was this idea that like they're more profiteers. Okay, sure. All of the fashion industry is. I was shocked at the sticker price at a Loro Piana wool V-neck, like $9,000. What does that wool feel like?
And like,
I'm trying to guess some.
I'm pretty sure this is a well-worn trope, but and who knows in this world with like, you know, kind of like new money and like crypto and whatever, just like the consolidation of wealth of it 0.001%.
Yeah.
But it has always been the case as far as I think that like true people that like have true wealth, they're dressing like fucking hobos. They are fucking what's his name, the Duplass brother in industry. They're wearing just like shitty tees, whatever comfortable sneakers, because they have the true fucking money where they don't have to dress like the people around them and signal to everyone like, yo, look, I'm one of you. Like real WASP old money. It's like in Succession, like the liberal NPR family, like they drive like old Subarus and shit.
Yeah. I think I can Michael Clayton this. I think I have a solution.
All right, let's go.
So you mentioned the new money crypto dudes that anything they touch turns to shit because they're the corniest, lamest, most bozo of so many clowns. If we can, and I don't know how you and I could start influencing this because I don't know how many of these guys listen to our pod, but if we could convince these guys that they need to be wearing Loro Piana, they make now Loro Piana look bad because they're the fucking worst billboard. That's
how
it
looks bad.
That's it. No, but even worse. That's how we take down Loro Piana. It's kind of like how watches, Rolexes became so kind of like corny and lame. And look, what Mike said on the pod when we had him on. It's because the worst guys suddenly are treating this shit as a must-have thing. Yeah. Whether it's because a sweater is not a financial instrument like a watch can be. But
to me, that's what quiet luxury was where the worst people are trying to be like, it's the most conspicuous consumption, and people are like, oh, but it's fucking minimalist and quiet. No, it's not.
Who's the Joe Camel, Sarah J looking guy that everyone was killing on Twitter? What's his name?
Huh?
Nick
Money or whatever. Get Rich Nick or whatever.
So my thing is that all the get rich.
The guy's name is Nick Money, I think. I don't know.
Imagine if it was.
Choose Rich.
Nick Dot Money.
Choose Rich.
Yeah. So if Choose Rich, all these guys and that they all dress Versace, big ugly watches, terrible fucking sneakers, gallery department, whatever. If we can somehow turn the tide, and I know it's going to be tough because these guys are all about conspicuous consumption.
NFT Nick.
So if NFT Nick. So if we can
# Choose Rich.
So if we can get hashtag choose rich, hashtag Loro Piana going. If these guys can start wearing quiet luxury, that's how we can take it down.
But I think they are.
No, they're not. They need to be so loud in your face that they don't wear $9,000 V-necks that look like they're from Gap.
But the Loro Piana kind of like look of like off-duty, yacht owner, I think has like pervaded the Miami kind of like, crypto world, where I don't think they're wearing like who's the guy that's like, look where I am. I'm Hard Rock Nick. I don't think it's like Hard Rock Nick type shit anymore. I really think that these guys are like trying to dress like fucking Kendall Roy.
I'll meet you in the middle.
All right.
I do think that the summer walk, the loafer, and then the open walk, the chukka, that famous Loro Piana shoe, like has been ruined by fake new money guys.
Yeah.
But apparently the shit goes fucking straight to fucking the tip of the Andes, dude. Where are these people based?
Peru.
Yeah. So the Andes. And so my little pun stands.
I assume.
We need to also get them in the fucking matching sweaters, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta fucking. There has to be some way that we can directly support these people.
Loro Piana, how the fuck we doing, baby?
Imagine some ugly crypto guy did like just start being like, yeah, like Loro Piana fit check. Like none of those. I'm telling you,
yes, they are.
They're not, dude. You're
okay, maybe not like
they're wearing Versace.
But I think it's like it's the crypto guys that aren't like social media personalities. It's the guys that are fucking like at like F1 races, like in the fucking garages and shit. Like it's not get rich big dick Nick or whatever. It's fucking some Slovenian fucking warlord that is like all in on crypto now.
Yeah, dude, Slovenian warlord wearing Loro Piana.
Slovenia, how the fuck we doing, baby? Speaking of getting fucked, PornHub banned in Texas, where the searches for VPN have gone up like 4,000%. So my question for you is,
still got to fucking beat your meat.
So I guess Greg Abbott or whatever, Texas fucking, I mean, the evangelicals passed a law where PornHub, much like the rest of the world, when you log on to PornHub, they have to ask you, are you over 18?
That to me is like fair.
Sure.
Do I, like if
you have to click one extra button?
If you're and we've talked about like our history, personal history with like porn and beating off. Again, this is why we're going to be canceled eventually.
Real jackers,
but like
though.
real beaters, dude. Stand up. But if I'm like a dad, I don't know if I want like my 12-year-old son to have unfettered access to hardcore pornography.
Versus what? The 12-year-old being able to click one more button.
My thing is, you don't need to be 18. You should be. All right, hot take. Over under 14, you can watch hardcore porn.
If stuff comes out of your penis when you jerk off, I think
a representative from the state needs to see you bust a nut, and then you get approved by the government to access hardcore pornography.
You need to text a nut video to Governor Greg Abbott, and he has to save that onto his phone of an underage boy groping or not. Maybe it's just a little puff of dust.
Send Greg Abbott a cum video.
Yeah, send him your fucking lassos and then let's take it from there. Let's just send Greg Abbott our fucking nut videos and we'll go from there. Anyway, so PornHub, to kind of react against that, pulled PornHub from Texas, which I guess they could do. So the searches for VPNs in Texas have gone up like 4,000%. So my question for you, Lawrence, is someone that you go to Brooklyn, you go to Clinton Hill, Bed-Stuy, you go to Greenpoint, you go to
Fort Greene.
Okay, you go to Miami and you go to Galveston, Texas.
I like going to Italy. Throw that in there.
You go to Italy. Okay.
Galveston.
Where the fuck do you go when you visit Jenna's family?
Bay City. It's outside of Houston, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking Robert Durst, dude. I'm not the Jinx. I'm not murdering people in Galveston, dude.
Okay. Now that PornHub is banned in Texas, what are you going to do when you visit Jenna's family and need to fucking crank one out? Bro.
As
a real jacker.
Shut up, dude. I'm a respectful fucking son.
Jack.
I'm not jacking off at my in-laws, bro. Are you crazy?
You love to stand up and do it in the bathroom.
Bro, I am not. Listen, I understand that I don't maybe come off as like the most respectful guy, but if you were asking me if I fucking masturbate at the house, the home, the beautiful home my very religious in-laws have built, you got another thing coming.
You've never?
Bro.
You
are not going to get.
Do you fuck?
No, that's also disrespectful. We actually sleep in separate bedrooms, mainly because the beds are small and it's just not.
And do you low key?
It's better that way. Actually,
do you low key love that?
Oh, it's one of. Well, I mean, we have a king size bed at the crib, which is like the best decision we've ever made in terms of like upgrading from the queen. I'm a very restless sleeper. Jenna runs like a fucking hot, like a nuclear furnace. I don't know if it's fusion or fission or what is happening. Yeah. So for me, one of the things I look forward to the most about visiting my in-laws in Texas is not just Whataburger and Jack in the Box and all the exotic fast food I fucking stuff my Lone Stars and all the good delicious shit I shoved down my gullet.
Exotic leathers.
It's like at my own room. It's like a hotel, bro.
And you don't journal?
No, bro. Come on,
even with like the spank bank,
bro. It's about being respectful and doing the right thing and being a stand-up guy and being the kind of son-in-law that would make the family that has let you in proud. You don't fucking get it,
fucking buy it, bro.
Well,
you're fucking.
Well, here's my
mashing your meat,
and this is something that we kind of talked a little bit about.
I know you're mashing meat in Bay City.
I'm not gonna be a pry guy here, but like, it's not crazy to not like. I cannot jack off for 4 to 5 days.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right. Unlike some people that we know that clearly have maybe an.
Are you talking about me?
No, someone we had talked about off mic. But like, because it's like, I understand, I mean, porn addiction, we talked about this with the girls on porn. I think that's like legit real. I don't know if it's like a huge like culture war concern that like a certain kind of guy needs to like double and triple down on in Instagram comments. But I think there's dudes that like the gooning culture that it like has become like a little bit of like a meme. And I don't know how many gooners there are amongst us.
Probably. Yo, gooners, weigh in the comments. But if you're a real gooner, let us know.
But like, yo, I feel like the people are addicted to beating their meat, and that's like a problem. It's like it's an issue. Yeah. And I'm not saying like, yo, you should only be like be enough, bro. You should be fucking. I don't even mean that. I just mean like, yo, that's like if you do anything pleasurable too much, it's not good for you.
Well, I look forward to your next Texas trip and you reporting back on the jacket.
Why are you trying to like get me to fucking perjure myself and say something?
Because you go to Texas like once every 3 months.
No. We go every 6 months. We go twice a year at most. Right. And again, I can go like 5 days without busting.
Speaking of busting, Abercrombie and Fitch is in the news once again, not just for the monstrous founder Mike Jeffries being a racist, misogynistic, classist piece of shit. It's actually gone more than one step, a few steps past that. This article, I think, has flown under the radar a little bit because it was on Airmail, which is paywalled. It's a newsletter.
Graydon Carter's newsletter.
Yep.
Michael Haney.
In the late noughties, I want to say.
Naughty.
When, I don't know.
Naughties.
It's when he was still there. So Mike Jeffries and his husband, partner, male partner, whatever.
Yeah.
They have... And I think there's going to be a documentary about this coming out soon. So like this will probably be more in the zeitgeist soon. There has been this article, this investigative reporter spoke with a bunch of men on the record, did a bunch of investigating, got people that were involved to talk about how Mike Jeffries and his partner used to hold orgies in which they like sex trafficked male models that worked in the Abercrombie universe. They would fly them around the world to the Hamptons, to Morocco, to fucking Palm Springs, to like, I don't know, wherever people like to fuck.
Wherever gay people have orgies.
Well, in Morocco, it's illegal. So like,
what do you mean? What's illegal?
Homosexuality is illegal.
Oh, is illegal. Yes. Excuse me. Got it. Which makes it even the orgy more naughty and enticing.
Yeah. So a lot of these guys were like, 19, 20 years old. They were like strapped for cash. A lot of them were heterosexual men, but they were like, yo, look, they were approached by... This is the crazy detail in the whole thing. They're approached by a middleman named Jim, who was this yeah, exactly. But he had a missing nose.
What?
But he had a snakeskin patch over the nose.
So like an eye patch, but a nose patch.
Very good, Lawrence.
How did he lose the nose? They get into
Don't know. No one knows. But they would like, it was kind of word of mouth through like other models would be like, yo, dude, like I got this gig, but I can't make it. Would you be able to make it? Do you want to go to the tryouts? You can make like a few $1,000. And the first guy would get a referral envelope. You'd make like $500 to refer another model to this thing.
So literally like on some Ghislaine Maxwell shit, but more of like a street team.
So
yes, Jewel style.
So the 20-year-old guy would fly from his fucking small town bumfuck
Galveston,
Kentucky,
Texas.
Sure. Thank you for the interruption. Out to New York, where Snakeskin Jim would have like an interview and would either suck his dick or get sucked by, again, these guys that aren't necessarily gay men themselves.
Right.
And that was like the tryout, right? Then these guys were like all fucked up, like their mentals are going crazy. But again, it's like great money. It's kind of like, hey, this is how you advance in the Abercrombie world. This is how you like network. You meet the big bosses. Go to Monaco. Get your show up at what is obviously a sex party. Be in a situation where you're super uncomfortable, but it's like you're being goaded and pushed into like doing things beyond what you ever expected or wanted to do. Maybe your drink gets spiked. Maybe you wake up like 6 hours later with a condom in your butt, and some blood. Maybe you don't have any fucking return ticket home.
Yikes.
Maybe they're holding onto your passports.
Ooh.
Maybe you're in a country where, again, you can't go to the police because homosexuality is illegal. But maybe Mike Jeffries is like the CEO is like actually laying his hands on you and not just like making you kind of like not just orchestrating a fucking orgy himself. So this is like way, way, way beyond the kind of like all the seemly nasty shit you hear about Abercrombie.
Getting jerked off by Bruce Weber on a seamless so that you can put your jacked half naked torso on a shopping bag.
Yes. Or, Mike Jeffries saying like disparaging things about Asian people or women or whatever.
Fat people, overweight people.
Yes. So I don't know. It was real. And like they got,
I need the doc. I need the Netflix doc.
The reporter got a bunch of victims to speak on the record. She found Snakeskin Jim living in like Wyoming, who was just like, I'll tell you everything. Just fucking like, please leave me alone. So he's on the record.
Jesus.
Abercrombie is and the FBI is now involved.
Shit.
Abercrombie is conducting its own like major internal investigation.
Yeesh.
Even though Mike Jeffries and his partner are out of the company.
Yeah.
I think Mike Jeffries still gets $1 million a year salary.
Jesus Christ. This guy is so bad.
So bad. So it's like, it's fucked, bro. It is like really, I mean, the article is like as crazy as, it gets crazier and crazier and crazier and crazier. And yeah, I think there's a documentary happening soon. Snakeskin Jim, I don't know what his deal is, but he's like, I mean, he sounds like a Bond villain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So Abercrombie, fucked.
Jesus Christ, dude. That is, I mean, I hate to be the guy that's like just with like Loro Piana. Like, I'm not surprised. Mike Jeffries, like, low key is going to go down as one of the most evil figures ever in the fashion industry.
Yeah, for sure.
And speaking of looking like a villain, talk about a fucked up face, dude. He looks like fucking Willem Dafoe in Poor Things, bro. But he did it to himself. I guess Dafoe did it to himself too, or it was his dad who abused him. Spoiler alert, whatever.
No, he looks like. Have you seen this guy?
I guess you didn't get that far in the movie, probably.
No, I have. Have you seen the guy where he's in like Chechnya that has just like crazy radiation poisoning and he has like thyroid glands are just like the width of his shoulders?
No, is he a crypto billionaire too?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he gets mad pussy.
Damn, dude, I guess I gotta read this article. I gotta get one of those Texas VPNs.
Exactly. It's just like one of those like I don't know, like everything about Abercrombie just like think about the fucking shit that the people that must have been at these parties, because it was just like Mike Jeffries and his boys, and he was like without fucking, no one can object to this, that he was one of the most important guys in American fashion for like, a long, long time.
Yeah, and fucking like rich to the point where like he was able to scratch every evil itch and indulge in every evil impulse. Yeah. I guess it's like we have chosen to be a part, very much on the outside, tertiary, of like what is maybe like the worst industry ever. Yes. In modern history.
Well, that's why
killing the planet, killing people, fucking mentally, physically abusing them. Like that's
why the industry needs people.
We're like a lighthouse. We're a beacon of hope.
That's why the industry needs us to hold their feet to the fire.
Bitch, you want to cancel us, bro? There's a lot of not that anyone again.
You can't cancel us. You need us.
Yeah, we're not the hero you need. It's the hero, or what is it? Not a hero you deserve. The hero you need. Here was my question. So you go to Morocco, you get coerced, fucked up. You're in Morocco, a country where homosexuality is illegal, right? And you get caught, pants down at a gay orgy, and you get arrested. Where they like, when you get caught stealing, they chop your hand off and like whatever.
They chop your butt off if you're a bottom.
No, I was gonna say, yeah. What do they chop your dick off?
I think they just throw you in jail.
They sew your butt closed.
Yeah. I think they put you in the pit that Bane was in. And it's just an awesome party. You're just hanging out with your boys.
Yeah, that's just all the bros. Just killing it, dude.
Just very well dressed, just chanting.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Fuck Mike Jeffries.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? Here's one.
What's up?
We're just, it's a chill week, talking about the news, getting some takes off. Mike Jeffries comes to us, and he's like, I want to come on the pod.
Yes.
Yeah? Because then it's like, yo,
But then we got to ask him about it.
No,
like,
no.
we can't-
Well, and I think that's why maybe some people are like, yo, what about certain tweets? Why don't you ask me? And it's like, okay. Well,
man, that Mike Jeffries intro, I would have probably have to have our lawyer look at the things I could say in that intro.
Mike Jeffries being like, you're at this sex orgy. Can you turn your phone horizontally so we can get a better view of?
Yeah. Fire.
Yeah. Hopefully you made it that far so you could hear that one. That's my worst one today. That's worse than Dressa.
Speaking of mall brands, Gap, back in the motherfucking news like they never left. This could be collab of the year, Gap X Palace.
Yeah, I don't think it's collab of the year.
Okay. Well,
in terms of the clothing. Oh, is it on should we put it on Fiddy's list?
No.
Palace has so many collabs.
I know.
And they're all pretty good. Okay. I don't want any of these clothes, but it proves.
You don't want the rugby?
No. But I will say, I'm like, okay, of the two of us, I'm the mall brand apologist. J. Crew, Madewell.
You're white.
Not really.
Abercrombie.
Well,
you're a big Abercrombie ride or die. For a minute there, you're guilty by association. Where were you? Were you in Morocco?
No, I was not in Morocco, dude. I was with Snakeskin Jim, putting him in touch with artisans on IG to make custom snakeskin nose patches.
All this snakeskin in my closet throwing a hissy fit.
I will say, as much.
No, okay, you're not going to acknowledge that one.
It was all right.
Whatever.
And also, you don't even have snakeskin like that.
I got the fucking second layer.
You got the Nick Cage, the Nick Rage joint. What the fuck was I gonna say?
Mall brands, Abercrombie.
As much as I caught flack for doing J. Crew SpawnCon, you did BR Banana Republic SpawnCon, right?
Yeah.
So
So
anyway, I guess all that aside, not that that was pot calling the kettle black to some degree, which I'm acknowledging.
Whoa.
As the mall brand apologist, in terms of who's rising and falling in America, I think Gap. The shit is good. Our boy Calvin, who used to do Yeezy Gap, is there now, right?
He was at Hill City.
He was at Hill City. Then he was at Yeezy Gap. And here's the thing about Gap.
He was at Hill City. Calvin is now at Gap, and Luke is now at Madewell.
Damn, you're right. The Brain Trust, the Hill City Brain Trust. But anyway, I think that when people think about Gap, they think about either like vintage 90s stuff or maybe even naughty stuff because that's like,
the khakis.
Yeah, that's bubbling up to some degree. The classic ad campaigns. Miles Davis wore chinos or khakis or whatever the fuck that you see on all the fucking Zood boards. Shout out to Jazz Bros. Yeah. That was honestly, if there are any Jazz Bros Zionists, it's on site for us,
oh my
dude.
God.
I think I joked in the court. I'm like, if I get murdered, find the 5 Jazz Bros Zionists that are out here.
No, there's definitely a lot more.
And put them on fucking.
Definitely a lot more than 5.
And fucking and get Michael Clayton on that case. No, I think that Gap for me of all that shit, I don't know if the new J. Crew hype is still there. I don't know about the Madewell hype, but I think Gap is the undervalued of the mall brands that could make a resurgence. They sent us. Did you get a pair of jeans this 90s cut jean?
Yeah.
I fucked up and was too ambitious with my waist size where I went too small, so they were unwearable. But I was really fucking impressed by these jeans that maybe cost $85. And I'm like, these are good fucking jeans.
Right.
I was sold.
I know that you're the mall brand guy. You love a comeback story of a multinational corporation.
I love an underdog.
You love a multinational corporation comeback story.
Yeah.
I think that Gap was almost gotten its own way where they tried to be the mall comeback brand a little too early.
Because of Ye?
With starting with Telfar in 2019, 2020.
Sure.
Which officially got, I think, canceled or on the chopping block. It never happened. Where there's just a lot of excitement for Telfar, for Sebastian being like, oh shit, one of our own, a downtown darling, a New York kid, got this major look and
bag probably
major bag to work with, and he's going to do it. If anyone can do it, it's fucking Telfar. That fucking petered out. The Ye shit, whatever the fuck that kerfuffle.
I think they just dropped him there when he was at his most anti-Semitic.
Yeah, until people fucking stole it and sold it, and Charney, why are you selling the stolen stuff? Was that anti-Semitic? That was a little bit.
Well, I can say this as a Jew, even though anyone being Larry loves Johns but hates Jews. I saw that and fuck you.
Really?
Damn, that
bro.
was. I'm like, yeah, damn. It's you're just calling a Jew anti-Semitic. That's a tough look. I didn't know that Dove Charney was so Jewy. I guess I had only ever like seen pictures of him and heard about the heinous, terrible Mike Jeffries-esque things he did with women.
Wait,
I
so
didn't know that he was like, stop selling the illegal. These are all stolen hoodies. I can do the voice. It's a stolen hoodie. These hoodies are stolen. It's my Woody Allen.
You sound like fucking Coach Steve from, from the Nick Kroll cartoon show, whatever the fuck that was, Big Head or whatever.
I'm like, that's. I was dying. I'm like, that was the most embarrassing video I've ever seen in my life, dude.
Dove Charney, Garmento Schmata, whatever, interchangeable, right?
Yeah, full schmata. Circumcised Garmento.
Cost-cutting labor practices.
At American Apparel.
Criminally horny. You're telling me this guy isn't fucking...
Bro, he needs to be, like, federally bonked. This man was, like, out of control, dude.
He needs to get fucking... yacht.
There's the Kanye lyric about whatever, the chick, whatever, getting the American Apparel ad because she...
Right.
Whatever.
Right.
Whatever. Hitgenius.com.
What are we talking about? Oh, Palace Gap.
Now he's Los Angeles Apparel, who does, and he works with Kanye.
Yeah. In a fucking Silver Lake compound with Milo. But Gap. So I think that Gap is, if you know, you know. They made some key hires. I think Calvin, obviously, he's been in there for a minute, but it sounds like he's finally starting to turn the cruise ship a little bit. Yeah. This collaboration with Palace seems to be a bit of a flag in the sand. We're here. Mm-hmm. We're going to do good shit, cool guy shit. I know that they've made some hires from like various parts of different industries of like cool guys that they're trying to bring in. It seems like Gap is maybe trying to once again become just have a presence in
part of the conversation. Yeah.
Part of the conversation where it's like you had J. Crew do it with the big hire Brendan Babenzine, which for all intents and purposes was essentially just like a Noah collaboration, right? Yeah. You have Madewell,
a 360 deal.
You have Madewell coming in with like Aaron Levine, John Teets, making the Luke hire from Madewell, working with a lot of like TikTokers, content creators in the menswear space. Abercrombie, this guy.
Shut the fuck up. Bro, don't associate me with these fucking sex traffickers.
Go back and look at how many times you recommended the Abercrombie car coat when you were in your headband Larry era.
That was me supporting a great design courtesy of Aaron Levine.
Right. Remember who wore headbands though? That was funny.
Yeah, headband Larry. You fucking mentioned that the other day too, because you forgot and you had like a fucking flashback and you're like, oh my god, it was an era, bro.
I was wearing headbands.
It was one of my. Call me T Swizzle the way I got eras for days.
Yeah, big style swerve over here. But I think that this is Gap. Sorry, this is Gap. Yeah. Last point. This is Gap trying to just like, I don't know, just do its shit and like make moves. I will say, big missed opportunity for Palace not to do a logo flip where it just says Gape.
That's what they're saving that for Abercrombie, dude. Okay. I will say, 2 points. One is that speaking of like logo lockups, Palace, any collab they do a logo lockup and it's always really good.
They're only going to work with brands that have a P in the name.
And you know
they are pushing P.
Yeah, and you know what it's going to be, but like you said, like the best piece is low key like the logo lockup hoodie. Like
it's
it is
GA and then the Palace P.
Yeah, so shout out to fucking Lev and the boys over there.
Imagine if that said GAPE.
I would not personally be wearing it. That was I think part of the Telfar collab.
I need meth found to make that fucking hat. And I told him
Seth, make it. I will say, we are gonna say the same thing, and I'm gonna just pivot and add another point. You're talking about the Palace collab being like a line of demarcation after kind of fumbling other big picture or high profile collabs, right? Yeezy, Telfar, whatever.
And I'm saying that I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing other like cool guy moves come out of the Gape camp moving forward, with Palace being like the first of potentially many, or maybe this is it. I don't know.
Oh,
maybe they'll fuck it up again.
Another collab they did that I personally don't like because I don't really like this guy's fucking whole aesthetic and or vibe. The Sean Witherspoon Gap stuff, and that which I think was upcycled, maybe.
Sure, but that to me is like a bunch of fucking suits in the boardroom being like, oh, who's this sneaker guy that has a lot of Instagram followers? Let's collaborate with him.
Yeah. So my thing is that even though the Palace Gap collab, I agree, is like a line of demarcation and like hopefully will only prove that the future of Gap is pretty bright, at least in the immediate. I'm saying there's shit on the site or in your fucking local Gap store, mall, whatever, that's very cheap, that like is definitely better than you think, and maybe take some of your giant chino money and invested into 90s jean money. I don't know. I think that there's got to be good shirting and jeans at a price point that's lower than J. Crew and lower than Madewell, for being totally frank. That is as aesthetically good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, it takes...
And it's going on sale. You know that.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you can get your $90 jeans for $70. Yeah, it takes a lot to turn a cruise ship, but it seems like Gap... Well, stay tuned. Let's not fucking...
We're bullish, though, right?
Let's not necessarily call the shots just yet. Look, anytime a smaller brand can fucking get a bag and do something that doesn't feel completely fucking, just vacuum out their soul... And look, Palace isn't fucking hurting for money.
No.
But if Palace is the big one and then we start seeing like other smaller clubs happening, that's great.
Yeah.
Palace, again, this is complete fucking conjecture. We could be looking at nothing happening.
I think we're just
Gape camp.
I think, yeah, we love them so much if we're calling them Gape now.
Gape shall not kill Gape.
Gape shall never gape.
Don't gapekeep, bro.
There it is. That's good.
Wait,
gatekeepers? Gatekeeping? Fuck, I don't know. It can't be real dresses now that you fucking made it explicitly clear.
If it wasn't before, yeah.
I think Palace in the skate community is, from my understanding, as like, a casual fan, is like seen as like a fashion brand first and foremost, even though like they have a skate team and they put out skate videos. But I think it's cool that they've kind of like, as Supreme became a behemoth, and obviously still a collaborator mainly with brands within the VF Corp family, Palace has kind of stepped in where it's like from Gap to Cheapy to Solomon to fucking Crocs, where it's like Palace, a brand that we both love, that is cheeky and fun and makes dope wearable garments. Bro. Congrats on the 100 years. We'll talk about that on Thursday. Yeah. I think that they're standing within the fashion community as like the edgy skate adjacent, like sniper that you bring in to headshot a collab is fucking sick. Because I really do love that brand, and they will continue to be on the Fitties as brand of the year as long as I'm alive.
Better than anyone
Salute.
else, to be honest. Yeah.
I want Lev on the pod so fucking bad. That's why I'm glazing.
He's not going to do it, bro. He's just going to fucking play
golf.
Well,
we tried and it didn't work, if you remember.
Well, speaking from affordable fucking hoodies to $9,000 bags, the other
$25,000 coats
in the news, the baddest bitch, Phoebe Philo, gave an interview for the first time in 10 years to Vanessa Friedman of the New York Times. Yo, that should be Larry Friedman.
Yeah. Dude.
Next time you're fucking cooked.
Call me Vanessa the way I'm fried, man.
Nice. Yeah, came out and gave a pretty long seeming interview to Vanessa Friedman at the New York Times, where we got a nice little fucking peek behind the leather curtain. You are a bit more cynical about this interview than I am, where I'm just fucking happy to get a fucking peek into the mind.
And see a new flick. I don't think she's been flicked up in 10 years as well. Still, honestly, I'll be that guy. She's bad, bro.
Yeah, super bad. It is
her husband's a nerd.
Well, I was going to say, it's very encouraging that her husband is a fucking swagless dork who doesn't unbutton the bottom button of his sport coat, right?
Come on, dog.
Which is that's 101. It's 3 buttons, middle necessary, upper optional, bottom never button. And you would think that this guy, who I assume works as like a fucking architect or some shit, would know that.
Yeah. Though... Did they say what he did in the article?
No.
His job? They were just saying that it's it's Phoebe Philo, and then her husband is she didn't take his name, but they're the main investors. This is their lifeblood. This is their legacy for their kids. There is a minority investment from LVMH, but she made it very clear, at least in this article, that it's her, not just reputation, her immaculate reputation at stake, but their money. He's an artist. What's his art like?
I don't know, bro.
Big art, a lot of art talk this week, but we'll save it for Thursday. Okay, I'm cynical because the last time we talked about Phoebe,
he's not completely swagless.
Oh no, but he's also not
he just looks like a fucking French guy. That's
is he?
Like a British guy. He's the baseline of British guy, French guy is higher, I think, than American guy, where it's just he has some nice suits, he has some nice shirts, and that's it.
And he's got an accent.
Yeah. And he makes the bald work for him. And he's married to Phoebe Philo.
That's true. Definitely a better half. I don't care how good his fucking art is. She's the real artist there. So the last time we talked about Phoebe, it's when they launched. And I think we talked about, the general rollout. And I think speaking of being bullish on Gap, we were very bullish on that. I didn't realize that since that moment, because then I was like, okay, there's no menswear. I'm not a personal friend getting a fucking custom suit made for whatever red carpet, like the homie that she hooked up, which I honestly was like, this suit looks like a suit I would want to wear.
The jacket, yes, but then I'm looking at his pants and they're like completely full ass break,
super break,
like obese ass
on
break
on some sambas.
Hated that, and to me it's like
air tie too. He went air tie. Come on, bro.
Oh, he did. But that's his thing.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, Edward Enninful, former editor of Vogue UK. The pants are just pulling so heavy. I'm like, yo, like this is either a fashion move, but it's not working, or you got it too late to get it.
Also, he got every so often. You'll like, and this happened to Christopher Nolan when he got his best director Oscar, where like because of hugging and just like living your life, like the lapel was flipped over and fucked up, and it's like this homie on the red carpet. It got like stuck in one of the pant legs is like stuck or on top of the
tongue.
Yeah, and they're not. I don't think it's the big tongue, which would be actually hilarious, since those are so fucking annoying. But like now that's like the suit, your fit is immortalized, and like if you could go back, you would just easily. Oh, let me just adjust myself real quick.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we haven't talked about Phoebe since the debut. And what I didn't realize, and this is me being cynical, is that apparently the customer experience from whenever the shit launched has been less than ideal when it comes to returns, this idea of spending crazy money and not being able to try anything on, to the how things get released and when they're delivered. And this to me is something that just proves how powerful Phoebe is, where I saw this as, okay, her return from 10 years of doing no press a decade later. This is low-key damage control. The girlies, I think, are not hype, and this had to happen before whatever next delivery comes out.
Which begs the question, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Impossible to make returns, or the customer service deplorable.
Non-existent, apparently.
Can't try anything on before buying it. No press, aka maybe some like artificial built up mystique.
Yep.
Is Phoebe Philo just an Instagram timeline brand?
Yeah, I mean,
like anybody else that's coming to make the perfect fucking hoodie, or whatever fake, like all the signs are there.
The only box, because you just mentioned a lot of things, and every Instagram brand that's out there, every timeline brand in the pejorative sense is checking every box. The one box they don't have checked is designed by a genius.
Sure.
So. That's the difference between Phoebe Philo and the perfect hoodie blank.
Shout out Stella Bugbee, the editor of, one of the main editors of New York Times Styles, where she was a Phoebe Philo girly. And I think that her perspective on it is she's like, yo, I can't afford, and she documents this like on her IG story. She's like, yo, I can't afford anything Phoebe Philo does, but much like in our pod next week or tomorrow with Jesse Hudnut, she's like, I can take cues from what Phoebe's doing. And I think that, yes, while a lot of women either can't afford the Phoebe Philo shit or the customer experience is like not as seamless as you would hope it would be from like a huge brand where, she has 100 employees. That's a lot.
That's way more than I was expecting.
But that's everything from like the photography, production of the clothing, of the marketing, everything, fulfillment, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But she's like, but Phoebe is giving you that like it's like sexy, but it's not like at any sacrifice to your like integrity or like you're not like stupid. It's still like powerful.
Yeah.
And it's informing how you can go back into your own closet and like re-examine what you already have.
Yep.
And this shopping your own closet is like the best fucking place to shop, period. So she's like, okay, what she's doing is helping make me like rethink kind of like what I could do with what I already have.
Coat, $25,000. Inspiration, priceless.
Yes.
Two more things that stuck out for me. One is that she's a big swearer. She basically said "fuck around and find out," and they had to edit it.
Well, she's a bird,
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. And then the other thing that I loved, because this is the thing that we always talk about, is that things that you want are expensive, especially when it comes to fashion, right? And Phoebe, kind of in her own way, is talking about. She understands prices are high, and that's her business model is obviously, and it's her livelihood. And again, it's a different business model. It's not seasonal. There's no big conglomerate pulling the strings. It's just a minority investment from LVMH, right? So she's talking about cost per wear, something that we love, where she's like, I have trousers that I designed when I began changing the game pre-Celine and when she was at Chloe, right? And it's like, yeah, if you save up and get that statement leather from a brand that like we're always talking about, that we are giving our stamp of approval on, and you can maybe be lucky enough to try it in person. Like if you have that thing, and it will last that long, like if it's that good, and you just wear it enough, like that's the best way that I will always say is that's how you justify a big ticket purchase. Cost per wear. How often are you going to wear this?
Yeah, she's like, this will last forever. And in that way, it begs the question, is Phoebe Philo a salvage denim brand?
Yeah.
Is Phoebe Philo 2012 menswear?
Yeah, she Americana, but not.
Buy less, buy better.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out Phoebe, though. I mean, I wish it was...
I mean, the one thing I can relate to, or I think we can relate to, is, it's not just, it's such a fucking marketing gimmick to be like, oh, like I'm moving at my own pace. I'm not moving by like how the market dictates. I believe
her when she said
like seasonal. I think that she actually is like, where she's saying, the edits and the deliveries, she's like, yes, I'm trying to figure out what people want, what works, what doesn't work, because she's like, I have the gut feeling, and I have my decades of experience at Chloe, at Celine. Where else has she been? We're
looking for the people who bought this. We're just crunching the numbers. We're getting data.
Yeah,
I'm not creating scarcity by design.
Right. I do believe her and want to believe her. And I don't think it's just the musings of a pillhead.
Well, they don't talk about any of the rumors that we've alluded to as well, that we've heard from people. That's also how you know.
Hey, that's awesome.
We don't. This is
allegedly awesome. Where it is like trying to, because look, in a lot of ways, we're like Phoebe Philo in that the cut and sew we put out, unlike her, isn't our main bread and butter, but we can afford to do it at a pace that might not be the same as somebody that is like putting out cut and sew to feed their family.
Right.
Because this is what feeds our families, is the Patreon and the fucking bullshit SpawnCon and all that bullshit. The cut and sew is a labor of love. And while it's slowly growing, it's not something that we're like going full speed ahead. It's not something where we're like trying to pump out shit just for the sake of pumping shit out. Whereas she's putting out beautiful works of art, we're putting out like more functional, like price friendly, wallet friendly type shit.
Wearable works of art.
But we can do it at a pace that like we dictate, not like what stores, retailers, market fulfillment centers, all that dictates. Like we can just do it at the pace that we feel most comfortable at, while like always, pushing ourselves a little bit further and further.
Yes.
More to come on that soon.
Mm-hmm.
But that was like, I don't know, that was nice to hear. And yes, while I do think this came out in response to some of the grumblings around people are like, oh, it's like a streetwear drop.
Yeah, that's
like, what?
If I'm Phoebe Philo, I'm so fucking pissed. Like, how dare you?
Yo, what's in Phoebe Philo? 2 P's. Lev, Phoebe, 2 fucking Brits. Come on now.
Philip Plein, triple collab.
Ooh, wait, how many P's are in Philip Plein? Like 4.
Yeah, but just PP, Phoebe Philo, Philip Plein.
Yo, Philip Plein, Phoebe Philo, Palace, triple collab.
Be goated.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 P's.
That's so many P's being pushed, dude. The only person with more P's is Mike Jeffrey.
Nice.
My final point is that it doesn't matter how much of a goat you are, a la Phoebe. The fact that her 19-year-old daughter is like, yeah, I don't want to wear your shit. I was like, oh my God, of course. It doesn't even matter. Yeah. Kids are motherfucking mids.
Well,
dude.
She wants to wear the fucking Y2K Chloe.
Yeah.
And then her response to that was like, oh yeah, the algo's not vibe. I don't vibe with the algo. It's like, okay.
The algo's not vibing with me right now.
It's like, Phoebe, you're messing around and you're messing out. You're finding out.
Yeah, you found out, girl. Shout out to her. Come on the pod. Yeah. Imagine. Oh my fucking God.
I would wear some fucking. There was some Phoebe Philo jewelry out there.
Dude, if she made menswear, it would like the row did this. There's already like proof of concept. Like the exact same thing happened. And look at the row now.
Yeah,
that menswear is fucking. People slob on that knob.
But her shit is way more interesting. I mean, as a fucking appreciator for the finer things in life, like I look at the photos and it's like, damn.
Oh, that's what we talk. The art direction is fucking phenomenal.
Shit is gas, bro.
Good marketing.
Yeah, anatomy of a fucking baller. All right, this has been another episode of the only podcast that matters. Chef, take us out.
Bye, guys.